Hey everybody, so it's me, Lana. What's up? And with us today, I have LeveL-Up magazine. Ooh. No, seriously, Mr. Trax, he's the CEO and founder, and then I have his beautiful wife, British Trax, who is the chief and editor of this dope magazine. It's out there. I know you guys are constantly pushing it, but you got people on the covers, models, and music, and you just have such a wide frame of creative arts. So I'm just going to let you guys tap into it because I can't do it justice. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience, please.
Absolutely. Well, as the chief editor or editor-in-chief, however you want to put it, of LeveL-Up magazine, I would just like to tell you what LeveL-Up magazine is. I mean, it's basically arts for our culture. And it's creating a platform for all the creatives in Chicago, especially, and then branching out and highlighting creatives all over the world. So basically, everything started back in 2008 with my wonderful husband. He's always been in music. I mean, he started out as a producer. He was engineering, and he's working with several artists, like over 10 artists he's working with. And it was back in 2008 when, like, you know, there was no Chief Keefs or King Louis, none of the cool artists that you see right now. Like, Chicago was pretty lame on the music scene. And so, you know, his main thing was being able to promote all of these artists and finding a creative way to do that so that, you know, people could know about them and they could actually have a fan base because, you know, they really didn't know anything about the music industry. It wasn't any education behind what they were doing. They were just like, you know, wanting to come to the studio and record. And so we basically came up with and cultivated LeveL-Up magazine. We wanted to start out as a newsletter just to get, like, you know, the message out there, and then it just like basically bloomed into a full-on publication. We're in print and we're online, and yes, we basically love the scene here in Chicago. We think that it's extremely creative, and so many people out there who are doing like amazing things. Fashion is something really big now that we're tapping into with the magazine. Of course, music, arts, just everything that you can think of creative. That's what we represent, and that's what we would like to put out there for everyone to see and to consume.
So I know that you guys just did something super crazy with your fashion episode. I mean, your fashion. I'm talking TV talk. Excuse me.
Okay.
Your fashion edition,
Right,
So
right.
kind of go into that because I know you were looking for models. You do like the whole nine of fashion show. Kind of tell the audience, you know, what you really do because you showcase Chicago designers as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And basically, you know, every issue that we come out with, we put on a fashion show or a celebration or magazine release party. And recently, we just had a fashion edition launch party with the magazine of cover model Bonnie Mae. She was a model here in Chicago, represented. She actually walked in New York Fashion Week last year, I believe.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, that's the showcase we were going. And the fashion edition was like the really hard edition we put out. That was our very first one. And it took us approximately like a very long time to put that together.
I would imagine so.
If you can see how thick it was and stuff like that.
It's like the Vogue.
Yeah.
I said Vogue. Like the Vogue edition, you know, they come up with the September edition. It's like 100 pages thick.
No, it's
It was
78 pages.
But still, that's
Yeah.
a lot. That's a lot for a magazine content,
Yeah, that
regardless,
is, yeah.
especially if you're doing everything underground. What people don't realize the amount of work that you put into it.
Oh, yeah.
Underground means you have to go and find it. You can't just Google it. Like, you can't just type in, oh, you know, best Chicago underground artists or designers and get their whole full page bio. You guys actually have to get out there in the industry. You have to find these people. You have to get in contact with them, which is hard. You know, you have to make time. It's a lot of work put into it.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I know there are a lot of people out there who are thinking about going into like the magazine publication and whatnot. I wanted you to be completely honest. What is the work involved?
Well, for me, this is a lifestyle. This is my life. I wake up, eat. This is what I do now. And I've been doing that since 2008. It takes dedication. Takes mind focus of business matter. You gotta have business sense to get things done, and you know, just being the right person who adapt to it. It's not for everyone, you know. It's really not for everyone. A lot of people have the you know, the goal or been trained into like actually getting things done. But you know, Chicago has been like molding, becoming more fast paced in the industry now. I feel like we're starting to catch on more how like things need to get done faster and just making things happen. Just like, yeah, and that's pretty much what I would say. You know, it really takes dedication, man. Like,
Does it?
man, you have
Yes.
no idea. It does.
I probably
man,
don't.
yeah,
Seriously.
It's
And for anybody who is interested in becoming editor-in-chief of a magazine, you are probably going to have nights that you cry your eyes out because you're so frustrated, or you just it's a lot of talking, it's a lot of writing, it's a lot of scheduling, it's a lot of multitasking, and then you still have your other life because being married,
yes,
is and having a business. It is very interesting and it's fun, but it's also like, you have to learn how to be able to separate those things. So I would also say, having a great team is also something that is a great benefit.
Yes.
Having a really good team. And that was something that really made our fashion edition release party really amazing.
Yes.
We had an amazing team of interns and just participants who really, really set the bar for the show.
Now, I want to kind of go into the interns because I know that you give your interns a wide variety of opportunities and networking events and stuff like that. Because I know I met one of yours at the Shark Tank social that we were at. And she got to interview us, which I thought was, really
Serenity.
dope. Yes, Serenity, that's her name. So I wanted you guys, how do people get in contact with you for internships? Because I know you're constantly paying it forward and giving people the opportunity to kind of get their feet wet, see if they like it, and whether or not they want to stick with it. So how does someone go about doing that?
First, they can go to our website, LeveL-Up-Magazine.com, and then they can click on the submission tabs. Under that submission tab will be internship.
Okay, good. So like I said, I personally seen it in action. They give their interns, it's not just go get coffee. It's not that at all.
No.
It's on the field work.
You get the experience, you get to
hands-on
meet
experience,
people,
yeah,
but
totally.
it's beneficial. And the reason why I'm saying that is because someone, when I was growing up, gave me the same opportunity.
Right.
And that's when I cultivated the experience that I got now and learned the passion that I had for broadcasting. But it's all about that opportunity, that one little door that opened for me. And then I just wiggled my whole body in and took off, but that's a whole nother topic. So where can we get your magazine at? Because I know it's online, but you also said that you're in publication as well, like print. So where can people go and pick up your magazine?
Well, we want you to go online to LeveL-Up-Magazine.com. You can get it delivered to your door. You don't have to go to other locations to look for it. And to be honest, the day of our fashion show, we ran out of every single print copy that we had. So we weren't even able to drop anything off to the stores that we have relationships with, in Wicker Park and things like that.
So that's how amazing it was.
Oh, wow.
So our heavy rotation really comes from our event. You know?
If you really want a print
okay.
copy, when we have our release parties, that is the prime time for you to get it in person. But still, everybody's online now. Everybody has their iPads, their iPhones. You can just go online to our website and, purchase it. I know that we have to kind of get out of that, the thinking of not doing things digitally. We notice that, a lot of people are just direct, but it's you're really missing out on a really, really cool magazine. Like this fashion edition was one of the best editions I feel like we represented and put out there because it was exclusively fashion.
And our next one, the Chicago class, which have the cover artists, Katie Gap Bands, King Louis, Asa,
Mikey Dollars,
all those people.
Dan Alexis,
we highlighted
Kimmy.
7 artists here in Chicago, and that's going to be coming out in May, along with our next fashion project, what we actually have fitting now that our interns are doing right now.
How can they get in contact with you?
First, they can go to our website.
Okay.
Normally, we be in the crowd seeking out, but lately we've been getting heavy submissions.
Yes.
And to stream, the thing that really needs to be talked about, the preparation. So any artist, exactly what I say, is when you submitting to a blogger or anything, have your stuff together, which means follow the instructions that they asking for. We get a lot of submissions. They don't supply us with no link. They don't supply us with the artwork. We just bypass it. We don't have time.
Because you can't chase it down.
Right. They got to have that information. They got to have their website, they got to be doing something, doing
Okay.
shows. You know, they really have to be doing something to catch your eye. You know? Yes,
And
yes.
oh, real quick, so they can go online to how much does it cost for the subscription, so they kind of know what's the time frame. So how many episodes do you?
Episode.
How many editions?
I was like, episodes.
How many editions do you get? I know you make it affordable for everyone to kind of go.
So you can go to our website. We have that information for advertisement
Okay.
costs and stuff like that. That's in our media kit. You can go there on our website, level-upmagazine.com.
Yes, and if you can spend,
level-upmagazine.com.
you spend like the magazine is under $20. Like if you just really want to know, like
Yes.
it should be valued more because of just the amazing talent, all the hard work, everybody who added to this. This is like their baby, like this is their portfolio. This is what they do as models, as writers, everything. So I mean, I really feel like the value of the magazine is something that is affordable to any and everybody. I mean, we spend $20 on dinner one time a day. So, I mean, that's,
That's true.
something, support our talent,
That's
support
important.
Chicago. That's what's important. It's also important to support professionalism as well. And that's what LeveL-Up magazine represents is
Yes, that's true.
a professional platform for the arts.
Yes.
So remember that.
You gotta
There
support.
you have it.
You gotta
From
support,
the very mouths of the
the
editor-in-chief.
Yeah.
Editor-in-chief.
and the CEO,
CEO.
what they look for, how they work in the city of Chicago, and what the overall point is. Let's get the positive stuff back in here. Let's scratch all the negativity, push it straight out the door.
Yes.
Because it's too much raw talent, too much good things here to not focus on it. So
That's
again,
true.
thank you,
Thank you
guys.
so
It
much.
was so much fun.
Yes,
Thank
we're so
you.
happy to be a part of
I
it.
know.
This
And
is
you know
awesome.
what? This is one of the best interviews I got to say, just because of the content, the message, and everything involved. And you guys stay tuned because we have more coming.
Thank you.